could I get the egg white and turkey sausage on an English muffin?
Okay.
And can I get that with a meal with the hash brown and water instead of coffee?
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all.
It's gonna be $5.82. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to the start of another vlog. My name is Jenny. If this is your first one, welcome. I am on my way back to Detroit right now from visiting home, and then I'm trying to get on the 11:50 flight to Charlotte. I had a very relaxing weekend at home, sort of. If you follow college football, then you will have no doubt seen how the Michigan State game ended. Still a little upset about that. After the football game, we really just kind of put on a movie because we needed something to get our minds off the game because we just can't believe what happened. I texted Tyler and I was like, what the actual fuck? And he goes, I feel like that made me physically sick. Yesterday we went driving around the Jordan Valley, which I don't really know how to describe it. It's just, I don't know, dirt roads through woods, I guess, to just try to look at some of the fall colors, except it was snowing Saturday and kind of windy, and so I think that forced a lot of the leaves off the trees, and so we just missed all the pretty colors. So we drove around, but it was nice just spending time with my parents, and then went to visit my grandma and grandpa, and I worked on my blog a bit. That's shocking, but I finally bought a domain name and hosting, and sometime this week I'm going to transfer it to WordPress. So y'all will get to see how that plays out. Last night was already ready to pull my hair out. I am going to focus on the road now. Okay, y'all see that thing right there? That's the atomium. You know where the atomium is? The atomium's in Brussels. I'm in Brussels with my mom. Say hi, Mom. Hi. We are staying at the hotel. Legitimately, it's called the hotel, and it's pretty sweet, and they provide airport transportation. Check-in wasn't until 3, but it is currently 9, so they let us check in early because there was a room available. We are going to nap for like an hour-ish, and then figure out our game plan. The guy when we checked in, oh, there's something on my screen. Okay, better? Can you see? Can you see me? The guy when we checked in gave us some helpful information, but he said that at noon, what was the guy's name? That he said would be down?
I don't remember.
Well,
he said he was better than...
Yeah, somebody else is going to be in at noon who is from here, because the guy that checked us in is from London. Homeboy told us to come back, and the other guy can let us know where we should eat and whatnot. But I'm also kind of a big advocate of just kind of going in some random places, because it usually turns out pretty good most of the time, sometimes. This is the bathroom, obviously. Pretty standard, but it's just so fancy and smooth and clean lines. And those look fancy. And we've got an espresso machine and free drinks. This is the room. It's a lot brighter. There we go. Now it's showing up properly. Okay. It's pretty nice. I'm excited. Hope the bed is comfortable. It is now about 4 o'clock. Our hour and a half nap turned into actually sleeping for like 4 or 5 hours. But it's okay because now we feel refreshed and we've got like half a day to just knock everything out. But we're not tired, so we should be able to do it. And we just went to leave and they hung this. I mentioned we got here super early, so I don't think they had a chance to give it to us, you know, before we got here. It's chocolate. Is it good?
It's like a chocolate gummy bear? Not really.
It looks gummy.
It's really good.
Oh, that's a great,
It's sweet.
angle. Is it?
Uh-huh. I've tasted this before. Like the texture.
This isn't chocolate. It's like frozen wine. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, it's...
Not chocolate. We
Not
thought it was chocolate. But I'm not complaining.
What's the texture like?
Frozen wine.
The texture.
I know. Frozen wine.
It's like,
Kind of like those circus peanuts.
yes. Yeah.
If y'all know what I'm talking about, it's those orange.
Uh-huh.
They call them circus peanuts, and they're orange. It's not like gummy though. I don't know. It's weird to describe. But if you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about. Where it's gummy, but not like a gummy bear. It's just a straight sugar. But it's good.
Wow.
But yeah, look, see? Yeah, it's kind of gummy-ish, but not. We here! And we smell hot dogs because it's a hot dog stand.
Welcome to Brussels.
But that's the atomium. It's like the Eiffel Tower for Brussels because it was built for the World Fair. Like the Eiffel Tower was built for the World Fair. Yeah, kind of cool. I didn't know it existed. Sorry. We just got Belgian waffles. Boom. I got mine with caramel. You got a plain one. Mine's a little burnt, but it's still really good. The end of the day. What is it, like 8:30? 8:30 or 9 probably, maybe? I don't know. We went to Grand Place, saw the mannequin piss, that little boy that was pissing. Now we're just walking back to the hotel, literally. Tired, ready for bed. Have to wake up in the morning, like early, for our flight. Worth it. This was only $1.80 and it's so much better than the first one. And there's chocolate on it. We are back in the airport. Got about an hour before boarding starts. So I've got apple, Kinder Bueno bar. Oh, these are so good. And then some coffee. coffee. It's 7:30, but they're like, they call it winter time change or something. It's not daylight savings, but theirs was last night, and it went back an hour, so we had an extra hour of sleep, which was awesome. It's Monday now, but I wanted to tack this on to this week's vlog and let y'all know what happened yesterday, because by the time we got home, I was just too tired to vlog, and I was too annoyed throughout the day to keep track of everything that was going on. We didn't have any problem getting on the flight back to Philly. It ended up being about 7.5 hours. I slept a little bit, but mostly just kind of watched the movies that were available in flight. We got back to Philly, went through customs and immigration, no problem. The first flight to Charlotte that we were listed on left at 3:25. So we were sitting there, and they're doing like final calls and everything. And then they started trying to go through the standbys. We ended up there was a bunch of confusion. The gate agents weren't communicating well with each other. So they gave us tickets, and we start headed down the jetway, and we get down there, and they had already shut the door. The people that were, like, the gate agent, well, I guess one of them was a supervisor, I don't know, but they shut the door because it was past time to shut the door. I talked to a first officer that was up, that was waiting for a seat as well, and he came over and asked what happened. We were like, we got down there, and they had already shut the door. And he said that that's been happening and that it's been an issue because they have to shut the door by a certain time. But also, if there are open seats and there are standbys, then the gate agents need to either get the standbys down and in their seats earlier so that they can shut the door on time, or open the door back up. And there was even like a revenue passenger that had showed up at the last minute, and she didn't get on because they had just shut the door. It was just very, very frustrating. It's frustrating because there were open seats, so we could have been on that flight. And we had already been, traveling for 9 or 10 hours. So then they were supposed to roll us over onto the next flight, and the couple revenue passengers that missed it got rolled over to the next flight, but all the non-revs got rolled over to 2 flights later. So I went up and talked to the gate agent. Like, the very next flight was going to be 5:30, and the one after that was going to be 6:30. So I went up and talked to the gate agent for the 5:30 flight, and she said that there was nothing that she could do. Like, she could list us for that, but then it would take away our check-in time, so we would have lower priority, which means that we basically wouldn't end up on the flight, and then we would even lose some of our priority for the 6:30. So I was like, not really worth it. So we just had to wait for the 6:30 flight, which was just frustrating that those couple of gate agents from the first flight just messed up everything. Luckily, we were able to get on the 6:30 flight. Both of us got seats. I originally was supposed to be on the jump seat because they said there was only one open seat, and I was the first on the list. So I go, if I sit on the jump seat, can I give the seat to my mom? Well, there was somebody in between my mom and I. There was just one person. So the gate agent's all like, says their name. Is there a so-and-so? Final call. Okay. Gave them 5 seconds. So unless they were right there in the area, that person wasn't there. So they gave my mom a seat, and I was supposed to sit on the jump seat. I don't know if they just miscounted or they had a couple first class upgrades, but there ended up being a couple seats, so I got one too. This morning, took my mom back to the airport first thing in the morning. Didn't want her to have to miss any flights, so she is home now. Didn't have any problems, thank God. If you liked this video and seeing my mom and I kind of go around Brussels a little bit, then go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you know every time I put out a new video. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And I'll also have all my social media links in the down bar. I hope everybody had a fabulous week, and I will see you all soon. It's now Saturday, and this is what I woke up to. Yeah.